Chinese business people in America have been buying credit for quite a while. They like it a little bit more than cash, because even if you run out of cash, you could still purchase, you could still buy. So they like credit, uh, but not so much as to make a sign like this. I can see here that it's been, when they put it on, they either made a mistake, error, like, or somebody peeled it and then they put it back, right? Or they tried to take it off to see if they could put it on more. It's perfectly straight. I don't know, whatever. Maybe it wasn't straight, so they took it off and put it back on straight. So it's not really old. I'm kind of have to carbon date. I have to carbon test this thing to see this, because how quickly it went up and it was made. Like, somebody has a shop. Someone has a print shop. They make signs, or they just called them and said make the sign, because they didn't want to make a sign like this paper, right? If it was a paper sign, you would expect. So is this mystery uh, corona? Is it like, I'm trying to find out, is this shit gonna be going on a long time? Because some people would know, you know, and like some and do things like this, right? Whereas you look at this sign, if you need a sign on the fly, right? If you need a sign that's only gonna be up for 2 months, are you gonna call your sign man, your sign guy, and tell him to make one? Is there's one? So for you have to have two to get your money's worth. It's only a small window, so one isn't even enough. So, but I mean, whatever. Like, it probably just costed like $20, $20 or $30. But yeah, I mean, I think people would understand if you just like made a sign that said like, we're not taking. I don't know. It's like this. Somebody gave them this shit and said pushing this. That's what it is. Like the mayor's office will dispense all of these flyers that says like, like unite against hate, you know. And I'm kind of mad about that. You know what I mean? Like, because they give them to everybody, and then when kids walk out of class, when everybody gets up and leaves school, they all have your banners already made. You know what I mean? It's almost like you went over the parents' permission. When they went over and decided the way it was going to go down for whatever purpose in Alameda County, right? Because like they said, you know, like they just usurped your intention. They just usurped it and said this is more important. This is more important. So then all these kids is walking out and joining into a ruckus mob. You want your preteens, children, uh, like pouring out of the classrooms and joining a mob of ruckus, you know, degenerates. Like, I mean, some of them are not degenerate, but those like people hanging, they just want to look good by comparison. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of becoming weak right there. That's like kind of like I would just disassociate, disown, you know. But I got off the subject because that's not really my politics. I'm apolitical as fuck. It's just mob mentality, masses, the masses' main ability and talent or skill is dying. They do it in a way that's so intrinsic and shit that you gotta fucking back up off of it. It's kind of like mange, it's attributable, it's like, but you can't, like if you hate something like mange, then you have the cure. If you don't have the cure, then you don't hate it. You haven't had exposure. You don't have exposure to having your livestock come up with a transmutable ill disease, right? Wow. So this seems like I wasn't even making points. It took me that long to come around. I gotta make this point faster.